to Chinese medicine. Hey, everybody, if you're joining me live, say hello and tell me where you're joining from in the comments. So, today I want to answer one of the questions that I hear all the time from patients in the clinic, clients. Dr. Allen, I'm eating healthy, I'm exercising, I'm trying, but why am I still so tired? And this is such a great question. I'm going to break it down. And, it's not all about trying all the time, it's about whether your body has the ability to produce energy from what you're giving it. In Chinese medicine, that ability to produce energy from what you're giving it belongs to the spleen. So today I'm sharing 5 habits that slowly drain your spleen chi or spleen energy. Habit number 1 that could be draining your energy: living on salads and smoothies. Don't get me wrong, salads and smoothies can be very nutritious from a macro standpoint, from looking at the fats, the carbs, um, minerals, vitamins, all that good stuff. That's great. But in Chinese nutrition therapy, we consider the thermal nature of foods. So if your digestive system is already depleted, you're already very fatigued, low vitality, cold foods like smoothies and salads, which they are, cold foods require more work. So imagine trying to warm an ice cold pot before you even begin working, cooking. This is what your body is doing. So sometimes women actually feel better very quickly when they start switching from cold breakfast to warm breakfast just for a few days. Habit number 2 that could be draining your energy: skipping meals. Now, I know intermittent fasting is all the craze, very popular. People feel like they're, feeling better. But let me tell you, if your body cannot create energy from food that is not there. Just think about it. If you don't put gas in your car, do you expect your car to run? No. So again, the spleen's job is to transform the food and drink that you consume into energy and blood for your body's functioning, for your vitality, for your energy. So if you have no fuel, if you have no raw materials, no wonder you feel exhausted. Habit number 3 that could be draining your energy. I know this is a controversial one: coffee. I know many women over 40 feel like they are not alive. They are not, functioning until they have had that first cup of Joe. I get it. But hear me out. Coffee does not create energy. Coffee is temporarily stimulating the nervous system, and that's very different. Also, excessive coffee consumption is going to be taxing on your body's deep fundamental energy reserves. So, if you're already depleted, relying on coffee for energy is like spending money on a credit card. Eventually, that bill comes due. Now, habit number 4 that could be draining your energy: overthinking. Now, I love this about Chinese medicine is that it really considers not just the physical body and how we are presenting, but it considers emotions, mental capacity. This all affects your health and your energy. So, overthinking, this one surprises a lot of people. But again, Chinese medicine sees excessive thinking as a hindrance to the spleen's function of producing that energy from the food and drink. So if you're constantly worrying, circling thoughts, replaying conversations, if you are a student, you're constantly thinking and planning and doing, really exerting a lot of mental energy. This can be very, very taxing on your body's energy. Your body is going to pay for that mentally and physically from that excessive thinking and worrying. Habit number 5 that could be draining your energy is eating while distracted. I know in a very busy, fast paced world, people are doing all types of things while they're eating. They're driving, doom scrolling, working, standing, exercising, watching the news, having arguments. A lot of things are happening. But hear me out. Your nervous system needs to feel safe in order to digest well. We need to come out of that fight or flight and come into the rest and digest part of the nervous system. So, slowing down while you eat, deep breathing, thoroughly chewing your food. This may be one of the simplest and most profound things that you can do to support your energy. So here's my invitation to you. For the next 3 days, eat one warm breakfast. Sit down, chew slowly, pay attention to how you feel afterwards, and just know healing, it doesn't necessarily begin with something dramatic, but sometimes it's what you do, the important shifts that you repeat consistently. This is what creates your overall state of health, state of being, and your energy. So before I go, tell me in the comments which one of these 5 habits do you struggle with the most? Thank you so much for joining me for this live. More to come.